Hi, all. This is Dr. J streaming live from Long Island, New York. First, I'd like to apologize for not being on last night. Actually, I'm not going to apologize. I felt like a day off. I felt like I needed a day off. No apologies, right? I was on something like 15 out of 16 days in a row. I took one night off. You were able to survive and cope without me and make wise trading decisions without Dr. J. I did tweet. I didn't do much trading on my own today. What did I do today? I did something. I got to think. That's how insignificant it was. I added a teeny weeny Voyager, the beast to be, on a pullback, small pullback, but I figured maybe it's going to continue its beastly appetite. And I've been talking about for the longest time that I must chart Mankind, and I must chart Plug, and I must chart cytk. Well, the reason I've been talking that is because it's been inching up 2%, 4%, 3% a day. And today, cytk went crazy. It was up 20%. And for that, I apologize, not having been better about charting it so that you all could have gotten into it at under 6. I did mention it almost every day in my recap. I said, cytk, you could have bought all you want under 6. Now it's 7. cytk, you could have bought all you want under 6. Now it's 7.5. cytk, you could have bought all you want under 6. Now it's 8. You get the picture? It closed over 10. So am I sick over it? No, because I own a large chunk of it. But for that, I feel like I have to apologize for not driving that home even more than I did. That Dr. J was solidly behind cytk. I did point out that I own a lot of it. Maybe I did all I could or all I should. So if some of you jumped aboard, let me know with a comment. If you've been a long-time shareholder of cytk, let me know with a comment. The news today that propelled it was Amgen collaboration on a heart failure drug. I'd have to look at the news release to tell you the name of it. It's got some crazy name like all the drugs. But Cytokinetics developed a drug, and they're partnering up with Amgen for good money, of course. And the trials are going well. There was a review panel that recommended a continue as is, no changes, usually a very good sign. So I always talk about the weather. Is there anything to talk about the weather? You know, when it's uneventful weather, when it's really nice weather, when it's sunny out, when it's the temperature it's supposed to be in the middle of March, I don't talk about the weather much, but I should. I said I should be grateful for every nice weather day. Tomorrow it says rain. So it rained in Long Island for tomorrow. Today was just gorgeous. It was also gorgeous on Wall and Broad. Even though the Dow Jones Industrial Average tumbled. Why did it tumble, by the way? Do you know? Because Dr. J said, beware the Ides of March. Yeah, March 15th. No, I didn't like the weekly charts of several key S&P stocks. I didn't like the weekly chart of some of the other indices, maybe the Qs. There was something in the charts on the weekly in particular that I found disturbing. And I said, if it don't go up, it's going to go down. Now, that sounded crazy. I explained it, though. I explained it that there was a time limit. If it didn't go up by the end of this week, then it would go down. And so far, it's not going up. And what I mean by going up is taking out the high of, what was that high again? 26,241? Question mark, question mark, question mark, around there. So it didn't do that. It fell short of that. I think 26,160 was the high over the last week or so, the last few days. Today was not a good day. It tried to fight back, but gave it up at the end. So today I don't like the action on the Dow. The Qs and the the Qs and the spiders did a little better. I know the Qs were in positive territory, as was the NASDAQ 100, on the strength of Apple and Amazon, on the backs of Apple and Amazon. With Amazon rallying the way it did, the whole doggone market should be higher, but it's not. It's not. What does that tell you? It tells you to look at the fund rates, the Fed fund rates, the rates on the short and long-term treasuries. I've got it right in front of me. As of March 20th, the 3-month bill, 2.48%. The 10-year bill, 2.54%. 6 basis points difference. That's nothing. The 3-year could pay more than the 10-year in a day or two. If that happens, we have a severe flattening of the curve. Remember when the 5-year paid more than the 10? I said, don't worry about it. Let's see what that is now. 5-year, 2.34, 10, 2.54, so that's not happening. The 2-year, 2.40, the 10-year, 2.54. The 2 is paying more than the 5. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I mean, according to history, it doesn't necessarily mean recession when those minor crossovers. But the 3-month versus the 10-year, I'm pretty sure that's the most predictive of all the flattenings, of all the crossovers, that combinations that there are. So economists do not like it when the 3-year crosses a 10-year. And if economists don't like it, Dr. J don't like it. If traders don't like it, Dr. J don't like it. Dr. J doesn't like it because it generally spells recession within a year. And generally it's, I don't know about generally, but these rates being the way they are, it's spelling deflationary recession. Hope it's nothing like Japan has experienced. I mean, that was for a long period of time. Maybe that explains the 30-year only being under 3%. Maybe it explains it that economists or whoever makes the markets, the market makers for these bonds, feel that we're in a deflationary or non-inflationary environment. So look, I'm not an economist. I don't know exactly the implications of what it means or what the reasons behind it. But I do know that it spells DISASTER for the markets most of the time. And maybe not immediately, but down the road. So I would say if we get another Dow rally, as I expect, to 30,000, enjoy it. Because it may be later than you think. All right, so there's some kind of song like that. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. That's the oldie. Who sang that song? Enjoy yourself, it's later. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. I don't remember. If you remember, if any old timers are listening to this vlog and want to write a comment who sang that particular song, let me know. I'd appreciate it. Of course, I could probably Google it. I doubt that I'm interested enough. So I know you're dying to hear my recap. You're dying to see my charts, especially on Mankind Cytokinetics, Plug Power, Dow Jones Industrial Average, the Qs, the IWM, and what other chart did I do? I don't remember. I think there's 7 or 8 of them. Maybe I'll add 1 or 2. Maybe I'll even come back later with more because there's a lot. I've been getting a lot of requests, and I promised you guys that I would chart certain stocks, so I wanted to honor that first. So maybe I'll come back if I could have the energy for another round just with charts. Anyway, as always, your own due diligence. My opinions are strictly my own and do not constitute investment advice. Seek an investment advisor for any decision that you may make related to this blog or any other decision that you may make if you are unsure of the decision. Does that make sense? I think so. If you don't know, then seek someone who does know. If you do know or think you know, then don't. But you better be sure that you know, because it's your money you're playing with. And money doesn't grow on trees. Last I checked. Not much grows on trees in Long Island. There are some things, you can get an apple tree maybe. Anyway, I guess let's go through it, the recap. Let me get to my phone. And we'll look at some of the closing prices. And then we'll look at some of the charts that I have. The Dow closed more than 0.5% down, 141 points at 25,745. I would say that's not a good day. It's the second or third bad day. The Apple continues to rally, up 163.87% to 188. ACB gave back 1.5%, 15 cents to 981. One that bucked the trend is Advaxis, ADXS. That's been a little hot lately, 48 pennies or 5%. AMD, which was hot, moved up sharply yesterday, gave back a little bit today, down 1%, 0.3, 25.70 at the close. AMRH gave back less than a penny to 46 cents. Thank you, Greg. I think I picked that up 39.5 pennies, thanks to you. Let's hope it goes to 59.5 pennies, right, Greg? AMRN. Do you have a target in mind, Greg? You didn't mention that. I know what most people's targets are. Yeah, most people's targets are infinity. Let's hope it hits the infinity sign. Amarin. Someone asked me to chart it. Luckily, it was up today, 0.8%, 15 cents to 1901. I did not chart it. I just forgot about it. I'll get around to it, though, I promise. Amazon, 17.97. I'm sick. Remember I said Dr. J's target was 17.80? I would have made so much money. So much. All right, anyway. It's only money. It's only money. It's only paper. Actually, is it paper? I don't touch it very often these days. It's more like plastic or electronic. I don't know what money is anymore. Maybe it's cryptocurrency, which is invisible. Is it visible cryptocurrency? What president is on the crypto $1,000 bill? I don't know what it is. ARWO is down 29 cents, 1.54%. Athesis up 2 pennies to $1.57. Yay, Athesis, 1.29% move. Yay, Athesis. I feel like a cheerleader. Go, Athesis, go. Athesis, I told you it's my biggest holding in the biotech area. It's not been kind to me. Actinium, another one that's not been kind to me, keeps going down lately, down 1.61% to 55 pennies. One that I have high hopes for. Boeing was up 0.75%. Baba was down 0.5%. BPTH took it on the chin today. Filed its, the 10K form. Had its conference call based on earnings, right? And Wall Street was less than impressed with what the CEO had to say, I guess, what Peter Nielsen had to say. Looked okay to me as I read through the transcript. I didn't listen to the call. But I think the problem is investors see these prospects for the platform, RNAi therapeutics platform that BPTH has, as being too far off to get worried about if you're shorting it. So I think there's a lot of shorts, maybe even naked shorting going on, as it was down considerably, 15%, $3.70 to $21.50. Now it's either a bargain or the tip of the iceberg in the selling. Your call. I didn't chart that one. I don't want to get myself upset, so I didn't chart it. Your call. You decide what you want to do with it. Tell Dr. J what you think, if you have any profound wisdom on BPTH. I think I like the Prexi drug that they're developing, and I like the fact that it's been used in a cocktail with 2 other drugs. And probably that will be the answer to cancer, but it's always like cold fusion, 5 years away or 10 years away. So I told you I spoke to the co-founder of Biotech at some length, and we were talking about timing and whether it'll be in our lifetime or our children's lifetime that we see the cure for cancer. And he's less optimistic than me, saying probably in our children's lifetime. And also views it as some kind of a cocktail like HIV. Yeah. So anyway, what was I up to? CGC, canopy growth of 1.65%, 76 pennies, 40 to 46.87. I'm happy with my little CGC. I don't own a tremendous amount, but I'm happy with that. CNAT, I'm happy that went up a penny. It's better than going down. It's 288. It's better than what I paid for it. All is well. CRM was down 1/4%. I really didn't like the weekly chart on that one, but it's hanging in there. Kronos was down 1%, 22 pennies to 21.26. CRISPR down 14 pennies, nothing serious. CVM, nice move. It had been up even higher, but it closed up 10 pennies, 3.22% to $3.21. It looks like it wants to make a run to about that 350 level, probably priced prior to the data readout, which could be any day, any hour, any week, any month, hopefully not any year. The CEO in one interview was very upset that it's taking so long, and the way the data is going to be read only when survival rates are known, and that means you got to wait for people to die, and it's just not right. The CEO expressed his sentiment that it just isn't fair to patients who might be able to get the drug quicker if we could expedite these trials. I feel the same way, Gert, Mr. Kirsten. Carvana finally down a little bit, down 2 pennies to 58, 57.97. Cytokinetics up almost 20%. $1.63 to $10.19. It had been even higher. What a move it made today. What a move it's been making every day. I said, I got to chart it. I got to chart it. I got to chart it. I charted it today. Delphi, someone asked me to chart that. I think Chris, I don't think I can do it tonight, but I will. It's down 3% today to 1929. And yes, it was a Harami. Good eye, you spotted that. And it was after a long downturn. So it was probably worth playing. I don't know if it would work out for you if you did, but good gamble. I'm not big on Haramis as single candle indicators. There's just too many of them. What else? Denali, down 35 pennies, 1.58% to 21.86. Editas, unchanged. Exo, down 2 pennies. Facebook, I've been touting the virtues of a swing trade when it was 161. It's now 165. I still like it as a swing trade. Take profit at 174, stop loss at 159. Still a good swing trade. Facebook seems to want to go up. It seems to have gone down far enough. Doesn't want to fill that gap at $1.51. If Zuckerberg has anything to say about that and doesn't get himself thrown in jail, nah, that's not going to happen. FCX, Freeport McMoran, up 1%. It's been inching up, this little copper gold producer, 1282. And Fitbit trying to get back to $6, 598, up a nickel. Geron made a nice move today, up 7 pennies to $1.77. That's looking good. Well, I can't take a look at it because I didn't short it, but it's looking good. All right. The IBB was down 6.6%, 67 pennies to 113.18. The IWM was down 0.8%, 1.28 to 153.26. Not doing well, the IWM, the rut. It's continuing to be the weakest, but when we rally, and when we really rally, it will become the strongest of the indices, along with the IBB. The next wave up will be led by the Amgens of the world, I think. Maybe some hot techs for Facebook, Amazon, Apple, but I think you'll see some biotechs in the leading the pack up, leading the herd up. Mesoblast gave back 8%. Mankind gave back 2%. NBEV gave back 2%. Netflix was up 4.5%. Nice move for Netflix, 16 points to 375. NEO gave back 11 pennies to 585. It finally had broken $6. I got all excited. Novavax made a very stunning move, up 16%, or 9 pennies to 64 pennies. And we thought it was going to be left for dead. It still has life in it. I don't know why it made that move. No time to take a look. OCX up 2% today to 371. ONX up down 4%, or 2 pennies to 53 pennies. Plug Power up 3.5%, 9 pennies to 262. Prothena down 40 cents, down below $14 again to 1364. What else? The Qs were up 0.4%, whereas the other indices were down, on the strength of Apple, Amazon, Facebook. Roku flat on the day. The Russell down 0.8%. Cielos gave back almost as much as Biotech, 11%, 29 pennies to 233. Snap back a little, 31 pennies to 1094. STZ was over 170, now it's 164, down another $2.73 on the day. TIAM came back a dime to 515. Dr. J no longer owns TIAM. And Tilray, wouldn't you know it? I got rid of it at 70.13. It went to 68 after I got rid of it. 70.73, up 94 pennies on the day, 1.35%. Another shoulda, woulda, coulda. I didn't want to lose, so instead of, I'm not losing, I made a few pennies, but I would have probably made a lot more. All right, maybe I'll go into something better than Tilray. I just haven't figured out what yet. I haven't been investing much. More, I think I've been selling more than buying lately. Last few days. Tesla up 2%, 273, up $6. Nice move for Tesla. VFF, that gave back 7 pennies, big deal. It was on a tip to 1605. What else? Voyager, 1809 at the close. I bought at the close. I paid more than that. It's amazing how they chip me all the time. I don't know exactly what I paid. I probably didn't check the final sales price, but I seem to remember it was like 1820, something like that. So I'm getting gypped. Don't understand why I didn't get to close. It was so close to the close. Anyway, Exxon, Intrexon down another 3%. XXII is getting me upset. I like that one. It keeps going down 2.6% or a nickel to $1.89. I think that's around where I bought it. So I'm like in break-even territory with XXII. I might just get fed up. Or Dr. J is getting fed up. So, I mean, I went through a lot of stocks, and I've been doing that regularly, going through a lot of stocks in the recap, telling you about the ones that I own, the ones that I like, the ones that maybe I'd like to own, the ones I'd like to own more of. And some of them have done tremendous over the last few weeks. CVM, TM, what else? Oh yeah, cytokinetics. Anyway, let's get to the video charts. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Tell your friends, write comments, share the link. Give me a thumbs up. Give me 2 thumbs up. Give me one from you and one from your alter ego. All right, so let's take a look. Trying to share screen here. Looks like it's happening. Is YouTube going to cut out Hangouts on the air? I hope not. I think they may, because in the new beta studio, or whatever it's called, I don't see it anymore. That's not good for Dr. J. I'll have to buy software. I'm going to have to spend money. I don't want to spend money. I'm cheap. All right, I got to save all my money for stocks, for paper. All right, Dow Jones Industrial Average. You know, I'm just kidding. Sort of. Down 141.55%. We said that already. And let's take a look at the daily. The daily bounced off of resistance and came back down. We don't like that. It better hold support right here at between, what is this level? Let's say right around 25.5, 25.558, something in between there. If it doesn't, I think we go down to this 24.889 where we were heading to begin with. So I could see it coming all the way down to 24.889 and in a hurry, you know, in a cup within the end of this week and the end of next week. Next 8 trading days, all the way back down to 24,000 point loss. That could happen easily But then I think we will have a hell of a rally all the way to 30,000 on the Dow. I think you're going to see the IWM jump like crazy, the IBB jump like crazy. I think we're going to have a blow off top to this market, and it may happen fairly soon. I thought it might happen a year from now, but considering the, well, maybe still a year from now. Considering the flattening of the curve that I talked about at the beginning of my vlog, the timing for a sell-off might be quicker than a year from now. If we're in recession a year from now, then the market probably will tank 6 months before that, or 6 months from now. 6 months from now would put us at April, May, June, July, August, September. Oh boy, another October massacre could happen. September and October are months that always get me nervous. So we might be very strong going into the summer, and when we come out of the summer, it could be it for the Dow Jones Industrial Averages, the S&P 500, the Qs, the everything. I mean, we might just get a rather severe correction. We're overdue for a severe correction. What we saw before was a moderate correction at 20% down. The end of this bull market might be more like 40% down before it's all over. I don't want to scare anybody, but this is how I feel about it. But the thing is, I think it'll be 40% down from a lot higher than it is now. So let's say the Dow is at 32,500 or 33,000, and we have a 40% correction. Let's say it's about, let's say 34,000. 10% would be 3,400 times 4, 12,000. Would bring us down to the 21,000 level. It's still a lot. It's still low because it's lower than we are now. But I think first we get a nice rally. So the 40%, if we're still in it, if we stay the course, we probably will lose like 20% from where we are now, not even. Something like that. A blow off top is what I think we're getting, followed by a rather severe correction called a recession. I don't know how long that'll last. Probably the usual couple of years, something like that. So this is what my crystal ball is showing me. It's showing me, flattening yield curve. Overdue for recession. Very old in the tooth bull market, but the fireworks still to come on the upside. That's what Dr. J's crystal ball is showing. IWM. The Russell 2000 down again 0.8%. Second day in a row, we failed to make new highs here. We did make a new high, a higher high than on 313. But so what? You know, it's still looking like the weakest of the indexes. And look at this concavity, it's totally down. So it looks like some more pain is likely. Maybe we go down to this low here at 143, 10 points down. Yeah, I can see that easily. Probably be up about 200 points tomorrow because well, this is IWM, not the NASDAQ. So it'll be up 2 points tomorrow. Let's look at the Qs. IWM is like looking at the rut. And the Qs are like looking at the NASDAQ 100. So I hope I didn't confuse you just now. I confused myself because I meant to say RUT, I said NASDAQ. So sometimes I say the wrong word, and then if I listen to what I said, I realize that I said the wrong word. All right, Qs, that's parallels the NASDAQ 100. Up 0.4%, 71 pennies to 179.76. On the strength of Apple and Amazon and Facebook and Netflix. I don't know how Google did today, probably up as well. So we have this nice candle on the day, pretty good volume as well. So all the buying is happening in the good old FANG stocks again. The FANG is leading the NASDAQ back, maybe the whole market back, maybe. But the market seems to want to go down. It just seems that way to me. Based on some of the charts I've been looking at, it looks like more short-term pain. I think what we're looking at here will evaporate as Amazon and Apple and Facebook and Netflix give it all back over the next couple of weeks as the Qs come back down to say this low of 169. Sounds like a good guess, probably even lower, maybe even this low of 160. That would be probably more like it. Nice correction. CVM. How are my biotechs like CVM and CYTK going to survive a correction, near-term correction? I think they'll survive it just fine, thank you, because they're trading in their own little world of trials and data and biotech. So if you have the goods and if you have the right drug, it's going up. Don't matter about the rest of the market. It's going to go up against the trend. So even if the trend is down, there are always some stocks that go up. I think CVM could be one of them that goes up. It's been going up. It took out the high of 311, which was a double top, at least a double top. I took that out today. I'd like to close above that level. What was that level? 320 maybe? 319. So it closed above 319 at 321. It's looking very, very good. Maybe it runs to 350 or so before data. That's what I'm thinking. CYTK. The question is, what do you do if you got the 350 in your hand? Do you take half? You take it all and forget about waiting for the data? What a candle today after going up 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days straight. It has a breakaway candle. I don't think it's a fatigue gap. It's a breakout candle. That means you can expect maybe a little pullback. You could maybe pull back to this level that I drew a line, or not. Even if it pulls back halfway, like to 950, it very well may close to the upside. It is a Momo stock, thanks to this data report. Let me actually quickly go to the news on CYTK, so I can at least give you the name of this drug. It may be a drug that becomes a well-known drug, widely used drug for people in heart failure. All right, so let's take a look. Panel recommends a data monitoring committee recommended the phase 3 clinical trial of omecamtiv mecarbil in patients with heart failure. They recommended it continue without any change. Omecamtiv mecarbil is being developed under a collaboration between Amgen and Cytokinetics with funding and strategic support from Serbia. Interesting. So that's the story. What panel? I assume it's an FDA panel? No, maybe not. It's unclear. I don't know the nature of that panel, but panel of experts that must have a look at the data. Okay, so there was really good news today. Now, all the updates before that, was there a hint of some good news to come, or was it just speculation? Did somebody know something? I hate these questions. But why did it run from under 6 all the way up to 850 before that news broke? Maybe just in anticipation, a normal thing. I don't know. Let's not be cynical, Dr. J. Let's take a look at the 1 week. See where it might be going, Cytokinetics. The weekly. All right, so it might be going up to about 1595 and then try to take out the all-time high up about 17 and change. Why not? It's on a tear, just might do it. Might see it at $20 by, when did I say the market's going to crash? In October? $20 by October. For CYTK, you heard it here. I mean, I have no idea. Yeah, I really don't have an idea, but I hope it goes up more because I own enough of it to be happy. Put a smile on my face. Mankind. This one is either loved or hated. I've never seen a stock like this. A freezer has its devotees amongst diabetics that are type 1 primarily. You know, it's supposedly better than the pump, better than needles. It makes one's metabolism of sugar, if that's the right word, virtually parallel a normal person eating a meal. So it's an inhalable form of insulin that seems to be miraculous in its results. But some people, or a lot of people that try it, don't seem to like it. They don't continue with it. So, you know, I think it's going to be for a large subset maybe, but just a subset of type 1 diabetics. And I'm not sure about how many type 2 diabetics it's appropriate for. There are better experts on the drug than me. I know the scripts have increased with the television commercials, but maybe not as much as the scripts are expected to increase. So the continuing RXs, I think, are the problem. The new RXs are showing growth. Those that continue on the drugs have to continue in greater percentages. Maybe education is the answer. In any event, the chart is beautiful. Look at this chart. It's a consolidation pattern that's finally looking like it's busting out above the trend line, the descending trend line. Is this a weekly? Oh, this is a weekly. So this goes way back. This goes back all the way to October 2017. So this is a weekly, very nice looking weekly chart. Let's take a look at the daily, see how that looks. so we get an idea of the immediate future. Oh, that looks beautiful. Is that not a thing of beauty? Right, touching 1, 2, 3 times, touching the upper trend line. The lower trend line is great support, also ascending. So it's caught between two beautiful ascending lines. Very nice. I think it holds the support of those lines. I'm adding lines that I don't know why or how. Okay, so this is nice. This is a really nice chart. It's gone basically parabolic off of this lower trend line till it hit the upper trend line. That kind of stopped that stopped the parabola. But now it's still looking good. It's going forward along the upper trend line. The chart's tremendous. I don't know if the fundamentals are as good as the chart, but the chart is saying still a buy. And the chart looks to me like, let's see if I can pull this down. Whether you use this outer line or the inner line, it's coming to a head, let's say by April 15th, tax day. It should break out of this thing. And if it breaks out, you're looking at 260, 270. So I like the chart. And, you know, if you want to play swing trades, it looks okay. You play it down to the outer trend line here as a stop. Very nice chart and a very nice product. I like the concept. I like the enthusiasm of those patients who are on it. I like the enthusiasm of those that are working with those patients and those investing in MannKind and those running the company. It's Dr. Al Mann's company, the big biotech investor. Plug. Don't know the reason for the tear it's on, but it's been on a tear. Let me tell you, this has been another really interesting. Oh, talk about going parabolic. This looks like a parabola, no doubt. Look at that. That's a parabola. It has gone parabolic. Came back down to earth a little bit, only to start moving up again. Right now, will it make a double top or will it go through the 265 level? It goes through 265. Oh, I actually hit 265. So it made a double top, precisely a double top. Tomorrow, it takes that double top out and just keeps on going. That's how it looks. If it backs off, I wouldn't be a buyer because it's run up so much. You got to wait for a pullback, let's say to 220. 220, maybe you go in. But unless it breaks out further, if it goes to 268, 270, maybe it just keeps running. Let's take a look at that weekly again. Did we see the weekly? No. The weekly. Okay, so we're not that far away from the all-time, not all-time high, but the 3-year high. The high of 321 is within sight, definitely. This is certainly it should go up here to well, the high of 321. So it should go. Yeah, I think it's going to take that high out. If it goes past 265 tomorrow, 321 is in view. You know, land ahead. You can still, despite this tremendous parabolic run, it may not be too late to make money on Plug. What exactly are they into? Is it hydrogen energy? I don't remember. I used to know. I follow so many stocks. It's hard to keep. everything's straight. Okay, let me just see if there's any clue. I don't see it in the news offhand. B. Riley starts Plug Power at a buy 350 price target. That's something that's interesting. The CEO, Marsh, buys 12,286 shares back at March 15th at 244. Also interesting. So I like when insiders are buying. I think we all like that. There was a direct offering, but that's okay. All of these companies need money. Again, I'm not sure what their business model is, what they're making money on, what their prospects are. I think hydrogen power is one of the biggies. If you know and you want to write a comment, please, by all means, fill us in if you're a long-time Plug shareholder or a short-term Plug shareholder. Doesn't matter. So Dr. J has been spending a lot of time with you guys tonight. I missed you yesterday. I did. I missed you. I hope you missed me as much as I missed you. So with that, I'm going to once again thank you for your viewership. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for recommending us to all your friends. Thank you for recommending great stocks to Dr. J. I hope you've been able to hear me because I see my lips move, but not in sync with my words, at least earlier. So I hate the Verizon interface or bandwidth or whatever the problem is, but I have a feeling the production quality may not have been as good as I like. I apologize if that's the case. But if you made it this far, please subscribe. Please tell your friends about us. You must like something if you hung in there for, I'm guessing, half an hour. So let me give you a thumbs up. You want to reciprocate, that's fine. And I want to say good night, sayonara, shalom, au revoir, arrivederci, ciao. Hasta mañana.